Well, I am waiting in line to get into Arches National Park. Starting this year, they have timed entrances that you have to buy for $2. So given that I didn't decide I was coming to Arches a couple of days ago, I could not get one before 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So I'm unfortunately going at a rather hot time, but it is pretty spectacular here. I mean, this is the way Moab looks at various parts. I mean, even my camping spot, which is an RV park about 8 miles away from the entrance to Arches, you know, I see this kind of scenery in the distance. So anyway, I'm excited. I'll take some more pictures and video as I get in. Well, I'm starting my tour of Arches, and I've made it through the line down there to get in. You now have to have a timed appointment, so they have to check your appointment and either see your annual pass or pay the admission fee to come in. But just wanted to show you, I'm literally 2 minutes in, and just the amazing geological things you see here. So there's down in Moab in the distance. This is probably 5 miles outside of Moab, so it's very close. Okay, I'm about to take what they call the Park Avenue Trail. Just see all these skyscrapers, I guess. That's the best way to put it. Much prettier than New York. I love New York, but this is just breathtaking. Skyscrapers of New York are wonderful engineering marvels, but this has God's hand on everything here. Just beautiful. So here I'm walking up. There's an overlook, and then there's an actual Park Avenue trail. We'll go take a look at the overlook, and then I'll at least do part of the trail and see how it goes. Okay, the trail starts with this long set of steps that go down, and it's going to go down to the valley floor. And we'll walk along here and see all these beautiful formations here. So go take a look. You can see why they call it Park Avenue. It's feels like walking down the street in New York, and you're in this like valley with these monuments of buildings on each side, but far more beautiful here. Well, I'm about 4/10 of a mile down the trail, and I just wanted to stop and show this like amazing view, kind of, I guess, towards the end of the Park Avenue Trail, but just the blue sky and just the other cool things in the distance. I mean, this is only the first stop on the tour. Okay, I'm on the first, the first of the big spots after after Park Avenue, and here's some ones of interest. You see the one over there with like looks kind of like 3 little like chess pieces on top. That's known as the 3 Gossips. And then the one kind of right next to it, a little below, is known as Sheep Rock. And then this one over here is actually 2 different ones. I don't know if I can get that here. But the one that's kind of in back, it's kind of to the left, that's actually a separate rock, and that's known as Tower of Babel. And then the big one that kind of has like a ledge in the front, that's known as the, and this one here is this whole section, but this particular rock here is called Courthouse Towers. Just again, you can see some of the other ones that I showed earlier but different views from it. So this is literally just a turnout just around the corner from where I showed the other ones, but just a completely different view of them at this point. Well, here's Balanced Rock again. This is the one I showed you way off in the distance, that you could probably hardly tell what I was talking about. But here it is up close and personal with the big rocks and stuff. But just kind of the backside of some of the other things that I showed you. Just every time you go around a corner, there's just another really awesome view. There's some more things in the background that I think I'll be coming to a little bit more. This is only like the third official stop in the sort of self-guided tour through Arches. So I mean, it just gives you an idea of how much there is to see here. So now I'm in an area known as the Windows, and you'll see there are several places where there's these, arches or openings. They're like a window in the rocks. So I'm gonna go take the trail here. And see what else we find. So I'm heading up the trail. There's another one here. We're gonna see several, I think, before this trail is over. So it's hot today. It's like 105 degrees, and this is probably, quite honestly, a better part to visit in the spring or the fall than it is in the middle of July. But I'm here, and I'm going to see it, and it's worth it. Even for a Phoenician, though, it's it's 105 degrees and a mile up in elevation. I'm feeling a few of these hikes, even though I've been hiking a lot the last months. So now I'm walking up the trail, and I'm going to get closer to this window here. So bright out, it's hard to, the screen dims because it's so bright out. It's hard to tell where I'm taking a picture here, but and there, I don't know if you can see that, but there's a smaller one in there, that one there. So looking through that window to the other side. So that was north window, and that's south window over there. There's supposed to be turret rock around the corner here, so we're gonna walk around the corner here and see what we find. Okay, so that is actually turret arch right there, and then now I'm going to go around to south window here. And here's south window. You always see when they show a picture of arches. Just beautiful. So I took the primitive trail back from south window, and so here's a little different view of some of the rock formations that we saw as I was coming in. And there's the parking lot, so it's kind of the other end of the parking lot where I'm going to come back out of. So it was definitely a more strenuous walk back than it was there, but it's just simply a turnout. It's called Panorama Point, and you can kind of see it's pretty aptly named. Walk on the other side of this tree here. You can see many of the things that we've stopped and looked at. Just a beautiful, beautiful valley here just outside of Moab. Okay, well, there's more to see. I'm on the trail to the Delicate Arch viewpoint, and here's my first view of Delicate Arch, so we're going to see if we can get a little closer and get a little better view of it. Okay, well, it was quite a hike up to this viewpoint, but there is a better view of Delicate Arch. Definitely getting a workout in today. Okay, this is an area called Fiery Furnace, and I was just reading one of the signs. You actually have to have a backcountry permit to go on this little trail right here, because if you get up to the rocks, that I mean, it gets to be a very strenuous hike. But just beautiful look at this formation, and then down into the valley below. So here's another arch. This is Skyline Arch. This is, I don't know, probably about 1/10 of a mile from the road, the little hike up to it. And yeah, it's again just a little different than some of the other arches, but just super beautiful. And again, I mean, the sky is just so blue, so beautiful here. Okay, I'm going to actually video the hike back so you'll kind of see. This is relatively typical, I think, of what most of these hikes are like. They're not super strenuous, but they're not really super easy either. There's a few that have like steps and they're paved and stuff, but most of them have been kind of like this, where it's a fairly rugged climb back and forth. So definitely getting a workout today. I will not feel guilty about whatever I have for dinner tonight, because I am sure I have exerted more calories today than anything I am going to take in. It's just been one of those kind of days. So I always tell everyone I hope this encourages you to travel. I guess today, I hope this encourages you to get in good shape before you travel. I am so glad that in the last couple of years I've put a lot of emphasis, last year really, I put a lot of emphasis into working out again, eating healthier, losing some weight, and it has surely made hiking and getting out and enjoying all of this so much easier than it would have been if I had tried to do this 2 years ago. So anyway, we're almost to the end, so I'm gonna go up the road a little further and see if we can get another arch or two in before I have run out of steam. So here we go. So I drove all the way to the end of the road, and now I'm on a trail that's supposed to take me to Landscape Arch and Double O Arch, and so we shall go take a look at these, and then there'll be time for me to head back and go check on Rugby, but I'm sure he's fine. He was napping in the nice, cool, air-conditioned trailer when I left him, so he's probably enjoying the peace and quiet and not having to ride in the car. So Anyway, I'll come back in a minute when we get to some new stuff here. Well, there's Landscape Arch, and yeah, it's pretty spectacular. And then over there, hopefully you can see it, is that's Double O Arch. I'm not quite sure why they call it Double O, but that's what they're calling it. So anyway, this is the end of the trail. This is the end of my day, and sorry about that, in Arches. Hope you've enjoyed this. Suggestion, come in the spring or the fall, plan to spend a whole day, bring a picnic lunch, take your time, but man, it is very beautiful here. So anyway, hope you've enjoyed this. Sorry, my phone cut off the video there for a second, but I just wanted to close up and, as usual, say I hope this inspires you to travel. Hope you've enjoyed seeing some highlights of my day here at Arches, and thank you again for watching my videos. I am very humbled by the fact that people watch, they comment, they seem to enjoy them, and you are inspiring me to see more of America, even more so than I was already inspired to see. So thanks, everybody. Talk to you soon.